On your cue, I mean.
Oh, copy Rusty's and we want Rusty's.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, yours tape is in more before a big flop on the end of it. Yeah. I've never seen it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We've decided to finally bless you with our presence. This is Jamie Stevens, but the real blessing obviously is in commentary with me is Michael Skerry. How are you, Mick?
Hi, Jamie.
And a nil all affair here, but we've just tuned in. Gussie, big chance to take the opening frame here. And same with Ricky Emery. For Ricky to win this match, Mick, got to shut Rusty down early. We've talked about it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Gussie played a nice shot there to get onto his last yellow.
Yes, this should be 1-0. And I would like to see Gus keep this nice and open this match and turn into a pot fest, because I think he'll have the edge. And that shot that Ricky just played out, that's that nice little soft screw. I think he's actually cueing the ball sensational just from that shot.
Actually having trouble seeing the screen at the moment. Only just got up 2 minutes ago.
Yes, there was a bit of a rush to get here in time, but we still didn't make it. I did give Rusty a friendly phone call last night, but then I didn't realise it was 1:30 a.m. in the morning when I made the call. I woke him up. He probably wasn't really impressed.
Someone did bang on our door about 1:30, I think.
No, that wasn't me. Rusty's dumped the wide as well, and if Ricky can capitalise on this situation, and I would say Reds will be the flavour.
Yeah, Reds do look good. Just a bit of an issue there with the bottom right, 2 Reds, but trying to sort them out nice and easy. I think the top of the red, of the 2 at the bottom, go in the left-hand corner pocket.
Big break there from Gus, and probably a little Rob did not get a ball there. That was a very nicely controlled break. Oh, Ricky says we're both idiots, Mick, and he's gone yellows. A couple of problem balls. I mean, I guess the one good thing about yellow is there's no extractions required. If you can get behind everything, or there's one probably a double that he probably play for.
I'd say the double. If he was a little bit further back, he could have played the double now, but he might.
Oh, he's just undercut that by a fair bit.
And these are the chances you actually need to take against Rusty, because he's a good chance at just now playing the cannon, playing whatever it is. You're right, if he knocks these in, suddenly he'll get rolling, and then it's 1-1, and you're thinking to yourself, it should be 2-0 up. And, although having said that, even if it goes in that yellow, it's still a lot of work to do. Yeah, that's right.
Well, that goes in. Not the ideal.
Rusty will take this. This is, he'd be happy with this. It's a bit of a tester now for Rusty. I'm sure he would have been here quite early this morning having a hit, as all 4 of them were.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have had a decent hit to get themselves moving. Gussie was here right right on opening time. No one else was.
Yeah, I told Gussie last night. He goes, "What time should I get to the venue?"
Well, that's missed by a long way.
You know, like 8:15. I said, well, you actually want to get here like quite early, and you want to get up probably 2 hours early to adjust to just get your eyes to adjust a little bit to just after waking up. You know how you feel a bit blurry and you're just sort of out of it a bit. I said, get up at least 2 hours early, have a shave, go for a walk, try and get to the venue early to settle in a bit, and you know, just you must get up early. You must get to the venue early in a way to settle in a little bit.
I don't know if he's listened to you on the shave part there, Mick, although
no, I told him last night.
He probably shaved 4 hours ago and it's already grown back.
He did actually shave and trim up a little bit, but I said to him, because he did want to have a clean shave or something, I said, you know what, do that for the final. So make the final and have a clean shave for the final, and you feel fresh.
So there you go, folks. It's a multiple Australian champion with advice on how to prepare for a big match. Ricky now looking like he's going to take full advantage of this Rusty error.
So Gus before did actually try and see the yellow over the pocket to stop the black from going in. Do you think maybe he could have potted a yellow to get down the table a little bit to set up the yellow over the pocket a bit easier than play like a long sort of 4 or 5 foot shot?
Justin's not landed as straight as he would have wanted to, but I think the up and down's not too bad. Ricky looks really good at the table.
It's a perfect start for him. It's nice and quick too.
So 2-0 to Ricky, and one good position shot here from Justin to... Oh, this could snooker himself here. He has gone too far. He might be able to catch an edge with this black, but he's certainly not going to be potting it. The face cut double is not available.
Wow. I suppose the one advantage that Justin and Rusty has, they've been here and done it before, where Gus and Ricky, when it becomes time to close out the match, I reckon they will be more nervous than Justin and Rusty.
Yeah, you're right. When the finish line approaches, things could get a little different. Dave Rothel's just popped his head over. He's very happy with the scoreline that he sees in the SA camp. So Justin's just popped that black into a potable position just to keep the pressure on Gus. So now it's going to be up to Gus to probably either find a way to chip his balls out to go out in one, or maybe search for the 2 shots.
So probably like hitting the yellow at the bottom of the table here, just add a little bit, so it stops the across, stops the Justin coming across the table. So exactly like this, get the snooker. No, don't hit it that hard.
No, I think he had to stun it, Mick. I think if he had left the white bit, I think he might have just been able to slip past the yellow. So I think he sort of had to bring the white back a touch.
Oh, fair enough.
But you're right, he does give him a chance to go across.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see who broke over there. Ricky broke and he must have gone dry. Oh, so he's got a bit of an unlucky and off. There's nothing more infuriating or frustrating than when you're actually going all right, or you're struggling to get a ball off the break, and then you finally get one, and then another ball punches you control the white pretty well to the centre of the table, and then a ball comes and punches it into the pocket. It's extremely frustrating. And there's no bad skill in that shot. It's just unlucky. So Gus, big chance here. It's a tough shot for Justin to have to play there because he had to back cut the black. But just any contact, I think he would have been happy with now.
Shot there by Rusty. These are the finishes now Gus needs to get if he wants to become, well, for one, Australian champion, or 2, make the final and beat Justin, which has been there and done everything before. So you have to take these chances.
Yeah, I can totally agree,
and you can't ask for anything better. You actually would love this chance with 1 shot, and Gus has got 2. So come on, Gus.
Must be honest, I was a little bit worried about Gussie last night. before him coming in this morning. He's been a touch out of sorts in the teams, hasn't he? And he even said he was real worried about playing this match, and we sort of just give him a bit of a serve, didn't we, Mick? And we just said, mate, come on, you absolutely destroyed everyone on your way past. This is not teams, this is singles. You've got heaps of time to flow and relax.
Yeah. We spent probably an hour with him last night, Mark and I, just because we're rooming with him, and basically just giving him some pointers and stuff like that, and what to expect, and you know how he should sort of approach Justin as well with his game style and little things like that. So
yeah, I don't think Gus should ever worry. He's just a genuine
purist. It was more if you committed to an out and you stuff up, Justin's going to punish you. Like, he's one of the best punishers in the room at the moment. So just yeah.
He's run a lot of racks too, Justin. The team's going to. He's
9.
run about 6 or 7. Oh, he's 9 now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually quite high.
Had a quick look last night.
Even I've run 2 Mick, so that just shows you how much these pockets are allowing balls to go in. And this is a big key shot coming up here. This must go in.
Come on, Gus.
Oh. This is what I'm talking about, guys.
Yeah.
See, Rusty will get these, go to 2-1, and then suddenly 2-1 doesn't feel that great. And that's missed. That's critical right there.
That was all due to the shot before that, not landing on his yellow properly to actually get down onto that last yellow.
This looks pretty thin. I'm not sure if there's a full pocket available. So potentially missable, although Justin's doesn't miss a lot of balls. And as I say that, he misses. And oh, look, this could be an off as well, is it? No, it's okay. But what a chance here for Gus Giorgio to retake the frame. I think that black wasn't as easy as I thought. Rusty's on the board now, 2-1. And that's an error there from Ricky. Felt that he had to play a big screwback shot.
So Justin, not himself just yet. And if I was Gus, I'd be definitely now happy with 2-0 up. Try and get a bit of a lead on him, because Justin isn't going to play like this or be like this throughout the whole match. There's going to be ups and downs from both players.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Gus has actually just almost sprinted back to his chair there, and I hope that doesn't mentally affect him at all for the rest of the match, because that's the sort of shot that can tear you apart mentally. He's just got to forget about it now and just cop 1-0, 1-all on the chin.
What's going on now? White cleaned? Or was he asking for a total?
Asking for a total, mate. Yeah, hang on, there's still a red on the table. He's touching it. He's actually in trouble here, Justin. So I'm pretty sure we both know this is going in, Mick.
If it's going in the top corner and the way the match is going at the moment, I would say there's still a small chance that this could rattle.
This is going straight in, though, I promise you. He's had a second bite at this. And
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
I've commentated Kirsten on purpose there, Mick.
Oh, okay. They're both players a little bit jittery at the moment.
That was very twitchy.
I wouldn't have got the white cleaned. I would have got down and knocked it in. You got to knock it in straight away and really put the pressure on just let Gus know that he's stuffed up. Maybe go and have a toilet break now. Let him stew on it for five minutes.
I actually like it when someone goes and has a toilet break after a mate. Now I get to just clear my head and forget about it. That's a good shot. That's a super shot there from Gus. I think he's left Justin an edge, but it's going to be thin, which means the white ball's going to be travelling back up this end.
The only problem with that is if Justin does hit this, he's got It's got a tough yellow. Do you think maybe doubling it down to the bottom right-hand corner?
Do you think it's a total, Mick? You've got a better
No,
angle.
I don't think. Oh, I don't know.
So if it's not a total, he's got to hit it. I don't think he's going to be able to dribble up to it really easily. So he be interested to see what he does here. Might still go side cushion anyway, just try and get a few more contact.
You go left-hand cushion, yeah.
Yeah, left-hand cushion.
Why not?
Justin just does not like us.
That's all right.
That's a good shot.
That's a good shot.
So now very important for Gus to get this.
Slow double, top corner.
I actually don't even try and get this near a pocket, Mick. I'm going to keep this ball pretty central to the table, so I've got a very good chance to pot it regardless of what Justin does.
I actually don't. I don't mind the double. Well, leave the white where the yellow. Leave the white where the yellow is now, and double the yellow up the top right hand corner.
I think it's cuttable, that black.
Yeah.
So I think this is cuttable, this black. This has got to go over the hole.
That's a good shot.
That's a good shot. But if that doesn't go over the hole, I think that black. I think that black was cuttable. So
it's still very hard. Like
Justin's now just having a look to see if there's a gap under there. But not so much. Not so much maybe for the pot, but just to create a lot of disturbance.
Triple? Actually, don't mind the triple here. What do you reckon?
Triple's a big shot.
Well, if you want to roll up to the black, you know, the table could roll off on you.
No, I think he's just going to try and get the yellow, a bit of movement on the yellow and hope for a bit of a result like this. That's a super shot.
That is a good shot.
2 excellent shots in a row, and that one's actually taken the cake so far. And Tam Dixon's turned up full uniform. We don't play till 12. He says, nope, I'm not going back home.
Probably because there's twins there. What's Rusty doing here?
Oh, look at this shot from Gus. This looks neat almost, but it's not. Got a bit too excited there, Mick. I thought it was good off the stick.
I feel he could have maybe put the yellow over the black. Play the long double. I don't know. Well, that was...
it's a big let off.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird frame from both of them.
Oh, like Rusty's gone into lockdown. He's put a ball over the hole.
That's it. Lockdown mode.
Yeah, I can't say it enough about Rusty. He has this sort of game where you're constantly under pressure. And you've got to shut him down as early as you possibly can to try and just give yourself a bit of breathing space.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean going flat stick and trying to plot everything though. Like playing Rusty's game. Rusty's game is one of a kind.
No, it just means taking your opportunity every time you're presented with it.
All right, 1-1.
It wouldn't surprise me if Rusty plays the back double here and plays it inside the red and opens things up. That's the way he plays. Maybe when he's not 2-1 down, but if he was like 4-1 up, for example, he would have played the shot for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was on though, but he's definitely in commanding position now. A cracker break there by Justin.
Now I can see why he's got 9 masters. Jesus.
Well, yellow's definitely the go here.
Same deal, isn't it, Mick? If you can't get these, you don't deserve to win.
That's right. Well, after that last frame, they'll want to both play a little bit better now.
That's a super shot from Ricky Emery there. I think he's just not cut the red off onto the other ball.
So you probably think Rusty might actually have a dip now, because I think if he lets Ricky back at the table, he's going to start losing a little bit of control, a little bit of that freedom. This could be a foul. That's a foul.
It is a foul.
It's a foul. No,
Nothing's hit the rail there. That's a foul for sure. It's a foul. Yeah. Rusty's all good with it. But look, there's not a lot of damage done here. Not a lot of damage done at all. He's got 2 balls which are absolutely capitulated here, and
I looked for it. Yeah. Ricky.
What do you do here, Mickey? Even though you got 2. I think you've just got to start sending more balls back up here and try and...
Yeah, try and get back in the frame. So send them both these yellows down, get back in the frame like this. This is good. I like this. I really like that. That's good.
That is a very good shot.
That's fine. Now send another yellow down, just like we're saying in lockdown. Just if you're not going to win, make it hard for your opponent to win. Make Rusty now win in 30 shots rather than the next 5.
That's right.
So
would love to be able to somehow use the black here too, Ricky, but you might belt this.
Yeah, I don't mind that. But I'd actually send this other yellow now down, either to the left-hand side or the right-hand side, and just really...
Actually, he's going to just rest on the back of this, I think, and just open the pocket up a bit. Yeah, I don't mind this shot. Oh, I reckon he's tried to hit it more to the right-hand side, so the white ball just stick to the yellow. And I have to say, folks, I don't know how much comment's been made about these true line tables, but I think this year these tables have been absolutely first class. The only challenge we've really had, I guess, is there's a couple of different brand of tables in the room. The other ones being JR's. I don't think they're playing as well as these true line tables.
I think the only difference is with the JR tables are that they're not as quick. The true lines are actually, for some reason, I'm not sure why they're faster.
Oh, they're lightning fast.
But everything else, I think both tables do play quite well. I just recently purchased a table of JR 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago now, and it is playing absolutely amazing. I did post a few photos on Facebook about it, and yeah, it is a very nice table.
Justin, this ABC out that he had, he didn't make exactly really simple work of it, even though he's looking pretty good to take the frame. But you're right, he's still a bit jittery. And Ricky just trying to stay alive in this frame. And it's not often we get to see the tactical prowess of Rusty Wheeler either. He's normally just going full guns a-blazing, going berserk and potting out. I actually can't remember the last time I saw a frame where he had a couple of balls over the bottom bags and they were covered up by other balls. So, but he does have a very inventive mind. And he's just said, I don't want that yellow anywhere near down this end of the table, causing more traffic for me. And I'll tell you what the genius is of that shot, Mick, is he's made sure that Ricky can't get to yellows that aren't near the pockets. He's really restricted Ricky's access to balls here. Just little things like that are really important. Like if he had have just not run through far enough behind the black or run too far and left Ricky the yellow on the table, he would have had a million more options available to him.
This red actually, the red that Ricky was next to that's in a good spot for Rusty because he can play the red on the yellow and the red at the bottom left.
Yeah, I agree.
You really need to move that.
Yeah, that's his frame ball, that one.
That's right, yeah.
From Ricky here, I'm just wondering if there's just maybe a way to kill this black as well.
So we hear that the next 3 nationals are in Albury.
Look, yeah, there's been talk of it. I think that it's been secured. Is that the final verdict? We just don't know any details. There's a giant Facebook post on it, and I think there's like a non-disclosure agreement, all that sort of business at the moment.
Yeah. And I think that so basically we're going to be using JR's tables, all-star tables, for the next 3 years as well. JR's got some sort of contract with them. So basically, if you want to practice on national tables, or tables that we'll be using at nationals, definitely hit up JR.
I would imagine that they would at least do the same thing they've done this year, and they've got the true line tables, given that CLNS is a major sponsor.
No, I'm pretty sure JR's now. JR, yeah, it's all the tables.
Doing a lot,
doing a lot. So I think this is the last year of the true line tables.
So JR, lift your game.
Nothing wrong with JR's tables.
Big miss there by Justin. It's up to Gus to actually capitalise. Just don't want to see, and obviously this is a bit of a biased standpoint because Gus Victorian is so wee, but just don't want to see Gus's head just explode after a couple of errors. He needs to keep himself in check and believe in his cueing.
Yeah, I don't think he'll drop his head too much. This is one of the biggest matches of his life.
Oh, that is played absolutely beautifully by Ricky, but unfortunately he has left a little gap underneath that yellow.
Yeah.
Could have played it much better though, to be honest.
The only problem is here, Rusty, if it doesn't work out here, there's no drama.
I'll tell you
because, yeah, go on.
So the one thing, I would much rather be in this position if I was Ricky than what I was a few shots ago. He's really got himself back in his frame well.
He's just going to belt this out now.
That's a good shot there from Gus. I don't know about belted out. I think he might just flick it down there, yeah. Oh, I wonder if he's copped a small roll.
He's actually tried to foul there, I think, and put the black on the yellow and put the yellow.
Yeah, yep.
Now, what do you do here? I'd probably just push the yellow closer to the pocket.
Yeah. You've got to be careful. You don't want to separate it too much from the black and allow Rusty to have a back double on it because there's going to be a really big pocket after he plays ball on ball with that yellow sitting there.
That's it. No, just move it, yeah.
I think you're going to find here Mick Rusty has a dip here. I reckon there's enough gap now for that black to back double. And
that's
as
fine.
I say that,
I don't know. No chance Rusty's going to do that.
I thought he might take ball on ball there and have a dip. Oh, he's got two. Why has he got two?
Well, yeah, why has he got two?
Yeah, Rusty's had a quick brain fade there. He's so used to his balls being over the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right, Mick. I think he would have had a dip there for sure if he knew he only had one. He's played that. He's played the two. Yeah.
If the red goes under the yellow, but I don't think the red goes under the yellow. That's
no, not under. I'm talking about playing that red directly onto the red over the other side of the pocket and having a dip.
So Rusty just failed because
Rusty's readdressed the table and fouled. Ricky's tried to stop Rusty in time from fouling, and the umpires just said, no, it's a foul, you've readdressed the table. So Ricky's actually tried to do the right thing there, but Rusty too quick on the next shot. Been a good frame, this. Back and forth. Ricky's got himself back into this frame really well. And you don't see Rusty have a brain fade too often. That was definitely one. He just got a bit of tunnel vision, I think. This shot from Ricky Emery. Tell you what, not short of Q power with those guns hanging off his shoulders.
Come on, Gus. Come on, Gussie.
Gus, just need to play that one a little bit harder, just to make this next shot easier.
Yeah, you're right, Mick. This is tricky. Big shot here for Ricky Emery.
Just doesn't jaw out. That's good. That's all right. He'll take that.
Yeah, I wonder how big that pocket is up the top.
I still think you take it in the centre. If you're not sure, just take it in the centre.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I think you take this in the centre as well all day.
And just be happy you're in this position.
He's missed it.
Oh no! Yeah. Wow!
And this is a massive let off.
Got Rusty straight at the back of the table.
Yeah, massive let off here for Rusty Wheeler. This is what I'm talking about, folks. You've got to take these chances, probably against Rusty more than any player in the country.
Big black by Gus.
Oh, Gus. I just think the mental strength of Gus Giorgio is just letting him down a little at the moment. Needs to get himself together. I'm going to say it right now, Mick, that Justin doesn't miss these.
If he gets this, I say he's out. 100%. He'll leave the yellow over to the right-hand pocket for last, possibly, so he can roll that in and play the black in the corner. He'll play the middle yellow long.
Yeah, I think you'll go to the balk one next and then straight for the bottom right, and then
Yeah,
just
that's
stuns for the one in the corner.
Tap in, tap in, tap ins.
Jay Stevens specials.
That's it. I think that rack down the bottom right there is crooked on Rusty and Ricky's table. Is it leaning off to the right a little bit?
Yeah, it does look like it could be a touch crooked.
Unless I'm looking at it wrong.
Justin's not actually come down the table far enough there. He's got a bit of a dodgy angle.
That's a big break by Ricky. God.
And this is the advantage of having legs for arms, folks. You can hit the cover off all the balls on the break.
So he's going to have to do something a little bit different.
Robbo's just done the face screw over towards my way because we both don't agree he should have taken that yellow over the centre pocket.
Because he didn't come up far enough. That's pretty obviously the reason why. But he wants to come down the table a little bit.
He's underscrewed that as well. I mean, he still won't be unhappy with it, but he would love to have been just down the table a little bit so he could roll past the centre for a really simple black. Now he's going to have to play it with a touch of range. So this is missable.
It's definitely missable now.
And we saw him miss a ball similar to this earlier. So.
And these tables are tightening up a lot now.
Yeah, they definitely are tightening up compared to what they were at the start of the tournament.
Why would you? Don't hit it that hard.
He has actually shifted a lot on that.
Yeah. One thing you don't do on these tables is hit it hard like that. You've got to do like a soft stun or just a nice stun shot and give it a chance to go in.
He's actually left Gus a really tricky black. I think he's going to chop in the middle.
Yeah, he chops in the middle.
That's in.
All right, still a little bit edgy from both players,
Yeah,
but
Gus should be happy. He's just got a copped a pretty big strawberry there, and he should be buzzing about being 2-all now. He would have been filthy to be. He would have probably felt in his mind he should be 3-1.
Okay, joining me now is Mark Robbo. Jamie's just had to shoot off a little bit. He's got to do some work apparently on Bet365.
All good to go down.
And Riggy takes the lead again. So Mark, not sure if you saw the first 1 or 2 frames?
No, you didn't kick me out of bed. So
I heard you letting wind go
as
I was getting ready, so I thought you were up.
No, I had no idea. I actually thought that was Gus in the morning getting up at like 7:30.
No, he got up at 6. He got up at 6. His alarm went off at 6.
All right. Gee, wow. Okay, he's keen. Sorry about that. We got a little bit distracted there by Kiev Harvey.
Kiev Harvey.
Kiev Harvey.
Actually, sorry, it wasn't 6. It was 7.
Yeah, I thought 6. Well, I know we.
2 hours before. It was 22:07 because I looked at the time, 6:40.
I know Gussie was asking for a bit of advice off us last night. We both gave him a little bit of advice, and he told him to get up early. But I don't think it'll be 6 a.m. This is going for a 1 hour run or something. But I got here just in time to see the second frame start off. Gussie was 1-0 up, so I don't know how that happened, but I was happy to see that. But from what I've seen, it looks like a very nervy start by all 4 players.
Yeah, they both had a few chances to take a frame in the second frame. Gus had 2 on pretty much a simple, 6 yellows or something. He still had a little bit of work to do, but did land on them right. Gave the opportunity to Justin. Justin had a sort of a long black, missed that, and it's sort of been a bit edgy at the moment. But I'd be, right now, I'm definitely happy if I was Gus being 2-all, and if I'm Justin, I'm definitely happy being 2-all.
One of those situations where maybe even on both tables being 3-2 or 2-3, it might be.
Yeah, I think Ricky looks the best out of all three at the moment, even though he has...
Ball
he has
four?
Ball four, yep. Sorry. Gus is wearing off on me.
Yeah, it can be a little bit contagious. But yeah, I don't know about you, Mick, but I've always found that semi-finals is where I feel like the most pressure is for some reason.
Definitely.
Because you feel like you're so close. I mean, you can just see your opponent and the other table, and you know one of the four of you is going to be the winner, but you're still not there yet. But when you're in the final, even though as much pressure as there is, you feel like you're
happy to
kind
be
of
there.
achieved,
yeah.
you know, and of course you don't want to lose and be runner-up, but I just feel the semis is the most amount of pressure.
That's right. I agree.
One good white ball here.
Just past the bloke. That's nice.
That's actually a really good shot. Really good confident shot. I really wanted him to see that play that shot, not come wide and go the other side of the black, which would have been easier to guarantee himself a shot, but meaning that his future shots were going to be harder. That was a good confident shot there. That was a lot harder than what it looked. Another nice shot there.
So you can see
Rusty just not making his shots.
These tables that you have to, like, obviously that was wide, but these tables are playing quite tight now. If you roll them down the rails, they will go in. If you knock them in any harder than what Rusty did there, you've got to be accurate. And even sometimes that's not good enough.
Yeah, I've heard a few people say that they're playing a lot more open. By that, ooh, that was close. By that, they're not actually saying that the pockets are actually bigger. The pockets are actually, in my opinion, a perfect cut. What they mean is the cushions and the cloth and everything, they're playing nice and slick. They're not skidding or anything. They're just playing really nice and open. So there's not many clusters around the table. So, but that ball Rusty had down the rail, you've got to hit that spot on. Nice out there by Gus. A good steadier because there's been some scratchy frames. So we got Rusty on one of his standard lunatic outs. When I thought of these four players, you've got a very different four players. With this Ricky and Rusty match, I think it's pretty much going to come down to can Rusty pull off his usual crazy stuff. If not, I think he'll lose because I think Ricky is a very well all-rounded player who's got all the shots, and I think Ricky is mentally tough. I don't think he'll fall for Rusty's shenanigans or be intimidated by his style.
It's another foul.
It's actually probably a little bit unlucky to foul at that pace, hitting them like that. He had to hit them perfectly wrong, but. And I think he may have even pushed the yellow so it can go underneath the red.
Rusty goes game.
What's going on here?
Oh, he's on, sorry, I thought he was on reds. I was saying before to Jamie that because Ricky and Gus haven't made a final yet, to get over the winning line or to cross that winning line, they're going to feel it a little bit more than Rusty and Justin. Now, Rusty and Justin have both won now 2 titles, and if one of them happen to win and go to 3, then they've also created history and been the only player to win with 3 titles as well. So there's pressure on them as well.
Yeah, well, you'd say that these two have been the 2 most consistent players at this trip so far, both sort of topping stats and getting this far in the singles. And yeah, they've both done it many times before, so it's going to be a hard task. But Gus and Ricky can certainly get the job done.
Definitely. A nice tester for Rusty here, but he loves leaving these shots, and he does get them all the time. I don't want to curse him here, but it's what he's good at. But now the transition now from yellow to black. Oh. It didn't even look like it
Starting to fire
went
up.
like that, yeah.
He's actually starting to fire up. It's got that look on his face where he sticks his bottom jaw sort of out. I know that look.
Like some Star Wars character,
yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. All right, Gussie.
Justin's still looking a little bit edgy out there. Gus is starting to look like he's settling in a little bit better.
Yeah, well, Justin's he's probably the most consistent player I've ever seen, and he'll be going into this match knowing his favourite. That's not taking anything away from Gus. Gus is an incredible player, and whenever you get off to a bit of a nervy, slow start in a match that you're sort of meant to be favourite in, it can start playing on your mind, and the longer it goes on for, the more it plays on your mind. So as long as Gussie can just keep his nose in front, you might just find that around the midway mark, he might have a chance to pull away and break free of the match.
That's definitely right there. Yeah, stay with your opponent, and you'll find around about the 6 or 7 mark in the race to 9, things really get tight, and you will get your chance.
Something that happened before. Well, you cannot be doing that. Something happened before. I just wanted to sort of make point of more because I was watching. I could see it better. Just got the thumbs up from Greg Costello, the Australian the team world champion manager. Did a fantastic job over there in England a couple of years ago. Something I wanted to point out because I saw it was when Rusty was about to play his second shot but out of turn. Ricky quickly saw what was happening and actually lunged at Rusty to stop him from touching the table. So Ricky knows as soon as Rusty touches the table, that's instant 2 shots, and was a big game changer. Most people probably wouldn't have done that.
That's right.
So that shows a lot of good character there by Ricky, that his natural instinct was to not take the foul. So well done, Ricky there. Good sportsmanship. I just thought I'd point that one out.
Rusty was saying yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, that him and Justin are starting to get a little bit niggly to each other. They're starting to sort of clash a little bit because they're both sort of in the semis, and they're starting to give each other a little bit of crap, basically.
I wouldn't be surprised if Justin moves Rusty into a bit more of a tricky spot in the lineup. Justin's captain this year, maybe sabotage some frames. But no, they're both flying. I don't think anything can stop them from flying, no matter where you put them in a draw, no matter who you get them to play. They are consistently always at the top.
So just to show you how tight these tables are for the people back at home, look at that red down the top left of Ricky and Rusty's screen. Now Ricky played that directly down the rail, and it came out just a little bit towards the end, and it's now sitting deep in the jaws. These tables aren't open. People thought they were open at the start because obviously it's new cloth and balls just slide in, and they were sliding in. But now,
absolutely.
As always, they're tight.
On Gus and Justin's table, the red on the left, even though that's off by about a ball and a half, you have to hit that absolutely crisp for that to go in at any sort of pace.
Oh, Trent. Trent just rocks up. Walks into another state team next year, I think NT. Where he's better suited.
We've both gotten to play Trent on this trip, and
one of my most nervous frames ever.
When I was going to play Trent, I actually thought I'd be really nervous, and I really didn't want to play him. And then I've actually known Trent for probably about 25 years, and it was actually a really nice moment to actually play him at Nationals, and he had a very good chance to beat me. He actually did all the hard work and just got a little bit lazy on his
last tap in red.
On his sort of like his last roll in ball, and just got a little bit nervous, a little bit lazy, and unfortunately didn't get it. But yeah, it was nice to have played him. Sharing a moment, Trent.
But there is a lot of pressure out there. You know, people sit back at home and go, "Oh, they miss this, they miss that." But when you're out there playing for your team, or playing for Victoria or Australia or whatever it is, it is so hard. One of the most hardest things I've ever actually done, really, in any sport.
Well, Rusty in full control here. You're sort of in mini survival mode if you're Ricky. I still think he's maybe got another sort of shot up his sleeve. Still a bit of work to be done for us if he wants to pot out, but Ricky's got to start making a move here, start clustering some areas up.
Just quickly, with that red ball over the pocket here, if you're behind right now, I'm actually taking that red ball over the pocket and getting a better position on these reds and either smothering at the top or smothering at the bottom. See, Ricky was a little bit out there with the white. So take that ball over the top left. It's not really doing anything anyway. Get better position to now smother one of those yellows at the top really nicely, or send a red down to the bottom and get a really nice white or something like that. But you basically just want to smother here and stop Rusty from having a free dip here.
A lot of people, when they look at this situation, they think yellows can't lose. I guarantee you, when you're playing the good players, yellows can. That's just what he does. He's just the 1 mil man. 1 mil from being perfect and 1 mil from being stuffed constantly. It's actually quite frustrating. When you're playing a quality player, yellows, they are favoured in this match, but I'll tell you what, they can absolutely lose it.
That's right. If you play the wrong 1 or 2 shots, then yeah, it's all over.
Yeah, you come back to the table scratching your head thinking, hang on a second, when I sat down last, thought I couldn't lose, and now I'm in a bit of trouble.
Just wants a small little, oh no, he's not going for it.
Face double over.
Does he have 2?
No.
No. That's not bad.
Yep, so he's just trying to put Ricky under more pressure, but it's actually, it's hard for Rusty. It may look easy, but it's hard for Rusty to close this out with any sort of guarantee. Yeah. When you're in this position on yellows, you're sort of looking for that guarantee.
What about, I was going to say, you could probably play red on the red and maybe try and push the black up to the top of the table if you're desperate. But just get some sort of coverage here.
Yeah, I think just some more smother.
Yeah. That's it.
That's good.
That's it. That's good.
Now,
Gussie, a big shot here.
That looks good. Perfect. Perfect. That, I'm telling you right now, that shot there, if he knocks this in to go 4-2 up, that's actually a really, really big moment in the match. So I think now Gus has officially gone favourite for the match in my eyes.
I would say so now. Yep.
Probably did need a frame or 2 on the scoreboard, but also mentally wise, now starting to probably look like a little bit better player. And Rusty, Justin, still just looking really, really, really nervous out there.
I think Rusty sabotaged Justin's drink or something.
Oh, Rusty made that out. Oh, there we go. When that happens.
What happened there? I didn't even see that.
There was a slight gap under the red that Ricky smothered with. Only slight. Often people ask me about pressure and nerves and stuff, and here you are, Rusty 4-3. Here you are, Justin, I think, has been in maybe four singles finals and probably another 3 semis or something like that. And he's been here forever. He's been doing it since he was 8 years old. And here he is very, very, very nervous. So everyone feels it. Cracking break by Rusty. Almost went in off. Everything's pinging everywhere. Huge break by Justin. That was actually a really nice break. Got the black in. Generated a lot of power off that break, Justin did. He's ran, the stats show 9 master breaks, Justin has. So quite impressive.
Yeah, well, he's
gone wide.
He's got a cracking break. You can hear it from a mile away when Justin breaks. So's Ricky as well. Ricky's got that crack in the breaks.
See the shot Rusty played there? This is what I like about his game, is that he knows he can lose from here now, but he tried to float the red in soft, which makes the shot harder, to leave the white exactly where it is, if you look at the yellow on the bottom of the table, he was going to pop that and then extract the yellow and black. And that was a really difficult path to go down, but that's just what he does. And he will never stop doing that. That's what makes him very exciting to watch.
Yeah, he's constantly asking the question from your opponent.
And right now you're thinking, when you went back to your chair, if you're Ricky, you're like, okay, I've got a key pocket sort of smothered and all that, that's cool. Literally 10 seconds later, he's back to the table without that pocket covered and now an extra red dead and all the yellows on.
Yeah.
So 10 seconds ago, he's feeling all right, and now that's what Rusty does to you. You can never relax. I thought that was going to... well, it's thrown wide because he's accidentally hit it too thick. And now here's Rusty's chance, and that's what that heart rate does, that Rusty does to you.
And because he does it so quick, you feel like you have to get to the table and play quick as well.
Yeah.
That's what... Just got to go back to playing your own game.
This is what Rusty's also good at. He's played a very lazy white there, but he just gets down and cracks these in, and he just gets on with it. He'll knock this in, and this is a really hard shot. See? And that's what he does. He doesn't... Guys like me, we're so annoyed at the poor positional shot we've played that half the time you talk yourself out of making this hard shot, you know? Guys like Tem, Benny, Rusty, they just get down and they just get on with it.
He's going to lay up here. Oh, he's scrolling back, he's on it.
Lay up. Rusty.
I wasn't sure whether it was on it.
Ooh. You see the problem here, Mick?
The transition from the top yellow to the bottom yellow.
I think the transition from the final yellow to the black. I think the transition from this final yellow down the bottom to the black, unless it's just a double, which he's probably happy doing. What's he doing? What are you doing, Rusty?
I'll be playing right-hand side here and coming down the table on one line.
Is it too much angle and the side won't take on the newer cloth? Or
the
I think there's too much angle, maybe.
Oh, he hasn't. The hell?
But even there, you'll have a lot of sort of amateur-type players who will try and really come down the table and get closer to their work, where he's deliberately just left it long.
Look at that.
Yeah,
no transitional problems there.
You know how ridiculously... And he's likely to knock this in. This is such a hard shot.
He's missed it.
But look at the pressure Reds are under now, you know. But that shot before on his second last yellow, most people will try and come down the table, even though they know they can't, they'll still try, and they'll cannon into a red and snooker themselves, where he's deliberately left himself there on such a hard shot. And I've played Rusty many times on many big occasions, and it can throw you off a little bit if you're not mentally tough enough and ready for it.
So Gus has left this extraction till last. I did see when the balls were open, this was a possibility, but maybe getting down earlier and making this extraction early when you've got yellows to land on is possibly a better way to go about this out. But I'm not sure if the yellow passes the red down the cushion.
Snooker Ricky's played there.
Great shot there by Gussie.
Obviously, Rusty's gone too close to the red there, and he's he almost fell over, and that was the problem. So he hit the black and didn't go in. That shot Gussie played, I didn't see it. I suppose it's landed all right.
I think he's played for the double.
Oh, he's done it on purpose. Great shot. Well,
this is massive now for Gus.
Well,
if he knocks this in,
I rate Gussie as a very good one-ball potter. Not the best, but I know he rates himself very highly at one-ball pots. But that's on the practice table in EDPL and stuff. Let's see if you can knock this in 4-2 up against Justin in the semis. This is where it's at. This is one of the biggest shots of his life.
It's in.
And he got it. Well done, Gussie. That was a true test there. That was a real test of character, that moment. He's done a little head pump there to himself. Cheers, Dan. Come on, Gussie. 19.5, Gus. 19.5. Bit of a inside joke there. That the public won't know about ever.
So we're looking at maybe a bit of an extraction here from Ricky.
Shot. One frame at a time, Gussie. You can do it. I actually got a little bit of chill there. Like I feel it. I really want him to win. Really, really want him to win.
Then we can hear about his 3 victories. His was it Anzac, Geelong. He's lost against Tom Cousins and
yes, that's right. Yeah,
and the Australian title.
He's back-to-back winners the 2 major money comps. He's lost to Tom Cousins, which I always seem to keep hearing about it. But this one, he could tell me about it every time I see him if he goes on to win this tournament, and I'll do nothing but smile. So Ricky holding his nerve there. Do you know what Ricky said there?
No.
Said something to someone. Not sure what it was. Well, I reckon this Rusty-Ricky match is going to go down the wire because I don't...
They both will give it... They're both very open.
Yeah. I don't see either one of them breaking away and carving up the match. And I think they're both very mentally strong competitors that I don't think they're going to fade away. So, but this other one, Giorgio and Justin Sage.
You don't ever really see a one person in the semis sort of steamroll away.
No.
I think you will find that something over the next frame or two on both scores. I think something will change in a way, like out on the table. Just it never seems to go sort of all right. It's always I always say to people in a long race, it's like reading a book. You know, there's a start, there's a middle, and there's an ending. And there has been a dodgy start with Gus and Justin. Now the middle part is, you know, going in Gus's favour, and now, but in a few frames, far away, I can't even talk. Still, I need another coffee.
You're on such a roll there. I thought I'd let you keep going.
I'm out.
Well, this is sort of what we mentioned about 20 minutes ago or so. How there might be a middle period where Gus might be able to break free while Justin's still nervous. Nice break by Gussie. Deserves a ball. Didn't get one, but they've landed nice for an open table. And probably just hard enough that sort of Justin will take it on, but he's too nervous, so he'll probably miss it. Do you reckon?
Probably don't mind if I'm Gus here, actually walking away from the table and letting Justin have a go.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Do you reckon if you're Justin and Rusty, I reckon they want the other one to lose.
That's right.
Even though they're on the same team and they're mates, I reckon they want the other one to lose. That's not in a nasty way, but they just...
There would be a small grin or small smile deep down inside their mind.
They niggle at each other all the time. Now they've both won this a couple of times before, so it won't sting as much if they do lose. No, he's a seasoned competitor, Justin. He's not just going to throw in the towel and throw the handbag at a stupid out. Big shot here by Ricky.
Wait, did Justin pot a ball before, did he?
Steve Gray got up 7-2 in his Masters singles match. Great shot there by Ricky. No, I think Justin pot a red and then...
Must have, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually even see him pot a red though.
Because this...
What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So Gus must have potted a... No, but Gus must have potted a red because there's only 6.
Touching ball. Oh, okay, all right. Mick and I confused. So Gus is on yellows. Oh, okay, cool. All right.
So Gus...
I didn't see Justin Potter red.
I didn't see him Potter red either. Okay.
Over the pocket, that's why I went in. One and only chance to make fun of Justin. Perfect angle there by Ricky. Do you top this out, or do you sort of like stun up the table? Is he a little bit straight to sort of...
Yeah, this is going to require a little bit of power.
And sometimes on the sort of newer table, newer rubber cloth, it can sometimes come back accidentally. Like you're trying to like get a very square angle up the table. Sometimes it can just come back a bit.
He really needed more angle on his last shot. I know he was close to the yellow, but
see how it came back.
Yeah, well, everyone always does. I do that a lot too. I don't play high enough on the white.
Yeah, because you don't want to get that accidental little arc, that little loop. I'd take this if I was Ricky. I think
stun into the red.
Yeah, I think he can hold on the red, and he's got a half ball black. The only issue is maybe you don't want to knock the black in and knock the yellow with the red in at the same time. Fair call there.
Oh wow! He actually didn't have much angle. He
held it well.
That's right. Do a bit of a rotation system here after this frame. I'll give Steve-O the mic.
Huge shot here by Ricky.
Big shot by Ricky.
I think he'll
What's that red though?
I think I'll hit it thin.
Yeah.
He's a strong competitor, Ricky.
All right,
Strong competitor.
Just going to do a bit of a rotation system here. I'll give my mic to Jamie.
Ricky 5-4 up. He's not, as I was talking about before, he's making a little bit of a change in commentators here. Michael Scarey having a bit of a break. Jamie the Solid Stevens jumping on. Just getting all his mic ready. Probably a good time for Justin to have one of these sorts of frames too, just to slow the pace of Gussie down a bit. These are the frames I feel. These are the frames I feel that will go strongly in Justin's favour. Even though looking at the table, I think yellows are in a better position. I still feel Justin's favourite to win this frame. The perfect type of frame for Justin at this moment.
Yeah, I agree with you, Robbo, completely. I said at the start of this match, or even before this match even started a couple of days ago, when I was talking about the two semis on Facebook, I said that Gus wants this match to be wide open and just a pot fest.
Uncharacteristic bad tactical shot there by Justin. Just wanted a bit of coverage on the yellow. Still a lot of work to be done by Gussie. I was talking before how I think this Ricky and Rusty match will go down to the wire, because I don't think in this match so far Rusty's not making the shots, and I don't think Ricky's going to be intimidated by Rusty's shenanigans or anything like that. I think Ricky's very mentally strong, and he'll take his opportunities when they're there.
Yeah, well, he's played pretty well so far, Ricky. And that last block he played in the corner was a good shot after he was not real super happy with the position on the final yellow.
You reckon he'll top into the black here and try and kick it down a bit and have like a half ball yellow?
I think he'll stun into it. Like, I don't think he'll top it. I think he'll like force into it. No, he's decided he's happy to screw straight back onto it.
Confidence, I like it.
Well, one thing he's not short of is he's backing his own ability, Rusty.
A lot of players will probably play for the double here, depending on the angle of this.
Yeah, you're spot on, Robbo. It's a big shot this for Rusty in the context of the match. That's straight in.
Looks good.
And now he does a fist pump.
Not a huge support there from his New South Wales team.
Well, I don't know if they actually know how to support in a team. They know how to support themselves, but I'm not sure.
See some jackets there, but I'm not sure what's going on, because that was a big shot to go 5-all, and I know when Gussie wins a frame, you hear a bit of noise from the Vic boys.
Yeah, well, the SA's boys are the same. Pretty much every state's the same as far as one of their blokes is firing up. But
just a little dig there at the New South Wales team, if you want to call them that.
Any New South Wales people are watching, we apologise, but you must know that to make this New South Wales side, you just need to turn up to a barbecue, so it's all good.
Just need a phone number, I think.
Just need a phone number?
Yeah.
Just need Travis Crawley's phone number and you're in the team.
Well, I still think yellows are in the...
Oh, big break again. They didn't split amazing though, like they have been for Ricky.
Some work to be done.
Yeah, even the opening balls probably going to be this red that's in the middle of the table, I guess.
This is where the 2020 can get you, because you're actually trying to decide which colour you want. And that might take 15 seconds. And then you've got to decide which shot you want. By then you've heard 20, and then under the 2020 time, as soon as you hear 20 seconds, you actually have to now play a shot.
Well, you need to have chosen one to commit to fairly quickly, that's for sure.
Seen, I don't know if you've touched on it or not, but I've seen a lot of time fouls and a lot of really poor decision making, not even on a like a debatable level, but the player clearly just panics and actually just hits a ball. So quite often you might be watching even these guys play and they just play a shot. That's because they actually have to hit the white, and otherwise they're just simply going to foul.
Yeah, so. Look, I was going to do a whole Facebook Live thing on this, but we might as well touch on it now. I think the big thing is every live stream match has had an umpire. Okay, now that's not always been the case in the past, and it definitely hasn't been the case in your big money match tournaments. So most of the viewers that have complained about people taking 3 minutes or whatever a shot. Now, if you've got a timer, whether it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I don't think the viewer's enjoyment is going to be hampered by 30-30. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Mick's just been a silly goose trying to put us off.
He's doing a really good job of it too, I might add.
He is actually. Oh, I thought he sent us a song. Mick actually did a really good job there of putting us off. I actually lost all my train of thought. Ooh, bad shot by Rusty there. I absolutely agree. I think it's the times when it's not the consistent sort of maybe 30-40 seconds a shot someone might be taking, saying it's slow. Someone can be playing at a really nice pace a whole match and then get in a really sticky spot, and they might take one shot where they take like a minute 40. And that's when all the social media comments start flying around, timing umpires and all this sort of stuff. When you're out there, it's very easy to lose track of time. You don't know you've taken almost 2 minutes on one particular shot. You're sort of just trying to really think about it. And I understand how boring it is. I can't watch it. I can't watch me play half the time because there are times where it looks like the screen's been paused. I get that. But when there are umpires, like you said, I think that the viewers could probably have a hard time telling the difference if it is 20-20 or 30.
I would for sure.
Shot clock.
And I think the main part, a lot of these people that have complained, I would actually classify them as armchair experts who don't play a high level of pool. Half of them don't even play in the tournament, so they don't really understand what's going on out there. And the impact that a collection of these people have made is the result of a 2020 where the pressure's been put on via social media, which is quite crazy. And I will definitely be one of those people that try and apply the social media pressure back to change it back to 30-30 again. I have no qualms in admitting that openly in public. It needs to change back, but the key is it needs to make sure that they've done the same thing this year, and they've got to have timers in these stream matches, and there won't be a problem. The problem is going to be is the next money tournament that we have, there won't be time matches, and people are going to go, oh, look how well the Nationals worked on 2020. 2020 is the way to go. Open your eyes, people. That is not why. You just simply need time matches.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Absolutely.
Anyway, we'll move on from that, really.
Yeah, well, I don't have any tags.
Pretty much going to repeat exactly that.
I think you covered it well. So, yeah. Well, this frame of Justin and Gus is still going. A little bit of to and fro. I still think yellow's a favourite, which they have been the whole match. I actually haven't had a close eye on it, which is a shame because I actually would have really liked to have watched it and covered it in more detail. Justin must have 2 shots here. He must have 2 shots. Has he knocked it in somewhere? I think does he have 2 shots and he just flew? One shot.
Only got the one, I think.
Okay. Alrighty.
I don't think this black goes, does it?
Well, where's his red going as well? What are you talking about?
I'm looking at the other
you're talking
table.
about the other table. Oh, I'm talking about Justin. He's banging trouble here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Does he glance off this red on the far left, like quarter ball, and try and make the plan?
I think that's a shot, Robbo, I really do. The yellows are still a little bit tricky as well. Oh, that's not bad either. Unless he pots the yellow. Oh, that's a disaster.
Awful. That is gone. If Gus could have controlled Justin's shot, that's probably what he would have made him do. That has gone absolutely awful.
Gus Giorgio pulling out the Jedi mind tricks.
Gus Giorgio just standing, which is good. Standing strong, yeah, arms crossed, looking strong. It's hard for a 5'1"
Ewok.
Fuzzy little ball to look strong, but he's looking strong out there. That's what I like to see.
Just a quick shout out to Cran Wrigley, who I believe is watching the live stream at the moment.
Cranley?
Justin's tried to sneak that red under there. I don't think he wanted to pot it, but he just wanted to try and, I guess, take a bit of domination of that pocket. But I don't think we're going to see Gus have any of that.
Interesting one here.
Yeah, do you go into these, Robbo, or you take the risk? This can go really wrong if you do that.
It's very thin. Now I just stood up and had a look. So you're doing it with absolute no control. I don't know. I think.
Do you know what I like here, Robbo? I know this sounds like a bit of a strange shot, but I don't mind flicking off the ball in the middle of the table and getting the white ball hard up on the bottom rail. You can't screw off the ball over the pocket and interrupt the other one. It forces him to move the red that's in the way of the frame. Gus has gone the aggressive option, hasn't worked out.
I don't disagree with that, because as you see, he's still got many options. He's still got many options. He can float this yellow up to the top hole, or just basically simply put the white in a position on the table that's bad for Justin. He's got options there. I didn't mind the attack. Mix just said that if Gus wins the Australian singles, we're going to send him a coaching bill.
Apparently there'll be a fee if he's to share a room with Robbo and Scary at future titles.
Well, we can't do any good anymore, so got to try and make the money somehow.
I'll have to share a room with you one year and see if I can make a post the first round.
I tried sending you a funny little G-up message last night, and that backfired.
I didn't actually see it.
You did. You
that's right. Yes. Yeah, I wasn't buzzing about that.
No, I put a bit of effort into that one too.
Yeah, no, it was good. That's a great shot there from Ricky Emery.
That's going to keep going.
Wow, this table's flying.
See on. Ooh, hang on, Justin. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's
Sage.
That really rattled. Massive chance here for Gus Giorgio to go 6-2. Well, I think leg arms go the same pocket here.
Well, that was a bad shot by Justin, but I think he's just gotten his phone out and put the mirror shot on just to have a look at himself, and it's cheered him up a bit. So he's all right. Whenever Justin gets down in life, he just goes, looks at the mirror. Says, you know what? Things aren't that bad. Things aren't that bad.
It could be worse. I could look like Jamie Stevens. This is why I commentate, folks. I've got a head like a bulldog chewing a wasp.
Your priority on this yellow to the middle is not even to actually pot it. Because if you hit that inside jaw and it trickles down the rail, that's bad.
Yeah, Gus is going to promote.
Excellent shot, Gus. Oh, too far. The idea behind the shot was very good. He wanted that to pull up a bit shorter.
Yeah, he wanted it definitely very much in centre table, so it went to every single pocket. Now it's a little restricted.
How many people out there, I don't know how many people watching, But how many of you thought Gus was going to try and slow roll that to the middle? I bet most of you thought he would try and slow roll that.
Try and keep your 2 shots. I'll tell you what, if Gus can land really straight on this yellow and he can play the stun shot and pop both yellows at once to be perfect on the black, that would be his preference here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So see how he's really looking to land dead straight on it. Like, he didn't just screw down the table, land dead straight on it and pot them both, like Jamie said.
This looks good. This looks really good.
It's important to do these little things.
Yeah, you don't want to dribble this in and then have to play a decent positional shot off a ball that's deep in the pocket. It can, like, it shouldn't go wrong at this level, but it can. If you can pop both balls here, you're going to be perfectly on the black. Now he's gone. Here it is. It's in.
Yep, great shot.
There you go, folks.
And you'll hear like about 10 experienced players there, you know, cheer at that point because they understood that was important. Yes, Gussie.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Gus Giorgio wasn't believing before, he should be now. He's won the tactical battle against probably, I'd say, arguably one of the better tactical players in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Ricky here on an out that looks very, very, very gettable.
Yeah, this has actually been a really sick match between these two. It's been back and forth. It's been pretty free-flowing and attacking. There was that one tactical frame there, but other than that, it's been pretty aggressive stuff.
Bit of an arm wrestle sort of match.
Well, if it's an arm wrestle, Rusty's done.
Rusty would.
Ricky's just been holding him there with one of his arms saying, you can't match me.
But you know Rusty will find some cheeky, sneaky way to gain an advantage. Like Ricky will be giving it all, but for some reason Rusty's hand's not moving. He's done something weird. Yeah, beautiful.
Threw some pepper in his eyes.
Absolute textbook, fantastic break. Someone wants to learn how to do a textbook, awesome break. Go to 6-2 in the Gus Justin Sage match.
Yeah, that was a pretty good break, all right, no doubt about that.
Yeah, Ricky, can you hold your nerve?
Well, he's just fallen out of position there.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's actually a really bad shot. There's more focus on killing the yellow rail than the white ball, making sure he's on the next red.
This is really hard for Ricky. This is a bad
Thin
spot.
plant, isn't it?
Jeez.
Great shot there, but still some work to do.
Yeah, this out is never going to get easy.
Well, the thing is with this out is one big shot, or recovery type shot. Now he's eyeing off this ball, top left-hand corner, stunned just past centre pocket and back out again.
I wouldn't be getting cute with the white here. I'd just be leaving myself a shot on this remaining red because the black's out in the open.
I think he's just going to play the stun, just like the natural stun, just past the middle, not get into the white, but just this, just above centre stun. Just going to stun off the side rail, just past the centre pocket, just like that. He's missed the pot though.
Sort of jumped up off the shot there. Didn't fall as he may have gotten a little bit of a result with the white, maybe. I'm not too sure, but yeah, sort of jumped off the shot there.
Yeah, it's like he wasn't 100% comfortable with it. He just wanted to sort of have a bit more of a think about it. Maybe the 20-20 got him there a little bit, where he felt a little bit rushed for time.
Has Justin overran that a tad? He basically just dropped in a yellow on the left, and
I think he's okay. I think he'll be able to top through it and get the white to follow through far enough. All right, that's a loose. Yeah, he's okay, Justin. Be able to swing this around the angles as well.
Still, this...
He's just got to clear that red on the right side rail. Robert doesn't like it.
A lot of bottom right here.
Yeah, a lot of bottom right.
A lot of bottom right. That funny little cue action he's got.
He's cleared the red. The white's just gone astray.
Tell you what, 6-2 down, not easy. I think he'll get it, but not easy. Does the white fling around and go in the top left corner pocket?
I think he's going to play it in the bottom right, mate. Providing there's no natural in off.
I've just looked at the table. I'm pretty sure he'll cut it to the bottom left.
I'm pretty sure you're right now.
It's actually not. It's hard, but I looked at the table. It was much more gettable than what it looked on the camera.
Rusty's put a ball over the hole. Just wants to slow Ricky down a touch. You spot this for Ricky. I don't even know if he can actually come off the back rail and flick the red out.
Here's an interesting one, just throwing it out there as an idea. Do you just pot his yellow, plant the red onto the and just pot it?
I looked at it. Do you really want to give someone like Rusty a shot to open up all these balls and go game and then go, come on, and do all that rubbish?
5-6 down feeling it. They're very messy. So let's say he did that with his 2 shots.
And then he's got to
see
go
where the
game
yellows
in one.
are.
Yeah.
That was a good chance. I think that was Ricky's best chance of doing it and putting the pressure back on Rusty, saying, I don't care how good you are. I'm saying you're not good enough to make this. Now, yeah, if he does, okay, it will backfire. But I think it was worth the risk.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad shot there from Rick. I think the issue with a lot of people playing that shot mentally is that they're not in control of their own fate because they're giving the control to somebody else. Rusty's now going to get... You're probably right though, Robbo. Rusty's going to get underneath these now and this frame's going to be over.
I thought he'd play the plant here.
I thought he would for sure, but he's...
Wow. I guarantee you, Rusty at, like 7-3 up or whatever, like even 3-1 up, plays the plant long
without a doubt.
Game.
Without a doubt.
That is probably the most defensive shot I've ever seen Rusty play.
But you know what? It's also pretty intelligent as well because he's not going to take it. He doesn't want to take any risks. He's got complete control of this frame.
Flick the black over towards this red and stuff, and I don't know.
Not hard enough though. Need to be another foot over. I'll tell you what is good about this is he's got a good white.
Yeah. And he's just going to try and hit the black out of there. Wouldn't want to get it a bit wrong.
Yeah, flick off it and pop the red. That'd be interesting.
Decide it's not worth the risk. So I don't know. I think Rusty definitely should have pulled the trigger there.
Yeah, he's just he's playing very unlike Rusty at the moment, isn't he? With this particular frame.
Ricky can get the black closer to the hole. The red.
Oh, I don't like that shot, Robbie, because you know he's going to have 2 shots on the black then. Because this yellow that's hanging over near the middle pocket is just going to go straight up onto that, on the inside of that red. He definitely will have 2 shots on the black then. I don't think he can do it here. Having said that, I think Ricky's going to put the yellow on back with red.
This is a really hard shot. I don't like this at all.
He hasn't got it right.
I hated that shot. That was so hard to
I think it was actually the only way to stay in the frame.
Oh, that was so hard to get perfect at that distance.
It was.
I would have rather put the black right on top of that red.
And then force Rusty to have a dip.
Because they were just as hard as each other. If you get that black right on top of that red, it was the same shot. It was the same shot in my eyes. Just easier to execute.
I don't think we're going to see any mistakes here. This middle ball's going to be the last ball. He'll just sneak down for the black in the bottom left. Meanwhile, Giorgio was on an out.
Yes, Gussie!
Good shot there from Rusty to ensure he got high on the table there so he could sneak back down the other end for a simple black. But from Emery, he's got 2 shots as well. Oh, he's actually tried to flick that, has he? Got a bit of side on that.
It's just stupid.
Tell us what you really think with that shot.
Well, I said it is. That's just stupid. Why would... He's going to try and long triple it to them. Yeah.
It's a good shot.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It is missable.
I'd be happy if I'm Ricky at this point.
That's in though.
Please. I don't understand that last... Maybe it was thinner than we thought and he couldn't hold.
Yeah.
I don't know. After...
Giorgio here looking at going 7-3 up.
Yes, Gussie.
After Gussie knocks this in, I'll jump off. Give the old mic back to Mick. Well, Gus a firm favourite, and the other match going down to the wire. Like, missed that. Well, I'm going to get off there, give Gus support. Hand over back to Mick. It's a pleasure, Jamie.
Thanks, mate. Ricky Emery wanting a big break here. Big break there from Ricky again. Important for Ricky to actually run this. He's got a massive spread. It's very important for him to run this rack and reassert his lead on Rusty. It's been back and forth non-stop as Mick Scary has rejoined me in commentary.
Wow. Gussie, just let me know, just each frame as it comes, just try and win the next frame, win the next frame, win the next frame. He's doing well. He did actually say to us, we said, oh, give us the score prediction last night when we were just having a bit of a chat. He goes, 9-3.
9-3. Well, it's on track.
It's on track.
Big break there again from Justin. Ball potted. Meanwhile, Ricky Emery should not make a mistake here. This is the key shot. He's got to get through the gap. Just make sure he negotiates yellows and leaves himself a good shot on probably the bottom right reds. I'd like to leave the one over the bottom left till last because it's very simply linking to the black.
Yeah.
And he hasn't negotiated the gap as I spoke about. Now he's got to eliminate that ball. But well, the other thing too is he's pushed the black into a spot where it's not that bad now if you play the balls on the right side last.
Yeah. Just needs to hold or go higher than
well, Justin's missed that double by a long way. So important for Ricky here to get a little straighter than what he is on this last ball
land
now.
on the rail if you want, or get close to the rail. That's it.
Yep, plain ball shot, nothing special to do here. Just got to get the pace right.
So it is going toe-to-toe. Ricky and Rusty, just like what you said.
Great shot from Gus to Giorgio.
Come on, Gus.
So Ricky, 7-6 to Ricky Emery. Yeah, it's Rusty's turn to try and return fire. I don't know how many masters have been on that table either, but I think there has been a few.
They'll be playing just over an hour and a half now, so a lot of frames for an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good to watch too.
Gus has just fallen a touch short there on there. You wanted that yellow along the bottom rail there onto the other red, other yellow. Sorry.
Do a little swerve and try and sit it over, or
I don't think you can swerve. I think it's actually like more than half ball snooker. Needs to be really careful this shot because he can actually basically lose complete control of this frame.
is that yellows or reds?
He's on yellows. That's a good shot. Oh wow, it's gone in. I can't believe it.
Come on, Gus.
So
Start again, Gus.
new plan here for Gus. I wonder if you can actually play the yellow on the bottom rail and just sneak it under the red to just push the red away and let the momentum of the yellow carry it through towards the pocket.
I'd actually this is really, I don't know whether you call it negative or whatever, but
It's a good shot.
I was going to say that, well, I'd probably like that shot better, but I was going to say you could push that bottom yellow and just sort of sit it over
On top of it,
red,
yeah.
just to buy you one more shot to start bringing the yellows back over. But I like that shot because now he can pot out. Just keep the pressure on Justin. Justin's, he's feeling it.
Yeah, and I would have to say Justin wouldn't be a massive rap for the 2020 either. He's pretty analytical and likes to map things out pretty detailed in his head.
I didn't think it'd have a big effect other than sloppy pull, and that definitely has happened. And I actually don't really like it myself as well, only because you can't can't think of the right shots, especially if you're in a frame like this. It's very hard. 20 minutes come quite quickly, and then you just basically just got to hit a ball.
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of people about this already. Most people aren't for it, but Dax still doesn't mind it. He still thinks it's okay.
Dax doesn't know what he's doing anyway.
I spoke to Linda Lallerman actually. She says she's pretty happy with it. She doesn't mind it.
I don't agree with getting rid of it straight away. Give it another year or two. At least give it a 3-year trial, and then maybe get everyone's opinions after 3 years. Cue Ball TV loves it.
Dan loves it because he's not here as long.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Dan being here for like 2 in the morning, something like that, previous Nationals. And yeah, I've seen him walk home now like 11 o'clock. Definitely is better for obviously TV and matches in general. So like TV matches, or the teams matches and the singles matches, none of them have gone late. Everything's actually finished on time, which is a bonus, and you can't actually argue now. Sort of with the 2020, I think players in general have to now get used to it.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, but as I said, if everything was being timed on 30-30, I still think everything would be finishing fine on time. Just the decision-making process would remain intact.
But an extra 20 seconds per shot, per frame, per match can lead into anywhere between 20 minutes to an hour.
I know, but this is assuming that you're always doing it, which you're not.
Well, I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt for now. Like, I think we need to adjust now to it and give it a few years and go from there.
Yeah, look, it's a good feedback.
I think people won't even care about it after maybe 2 more years.
You might be right. So, people may adapt and adjust.
Gus can actually pot out here, pot these 2 yellows with 1 shot and use his 2.
Me personally, I think if it's going to be adapted, it needs to be done at world level first, and it needs to be filtered down.
Yes, Gus.
Has Gus got 1 or 2 here?
2. We've still got 2.
Okay, so he's looking pretty good.
He needs this to go in. Don't worry about too much about the white right now. Just get this yellow in and have 2 on the black. Ricky a chance to go 8-6 up.
Yeah, he's just screwed back a touch too far there. Oh, he's missed the red.
Come on, Gus. Come on, Gus.
Oh, that was key.
Yeah, it was. It was a little careless as well, to be honest. There's a lot of area he could have hit there.
The thing is, even if you go too thick and move the red out the way, you have a chance to actually pop the yellow, screw back, and actually knock the black in.
Oh, I think Ricky's in trouble here.
Does Ricky have 2? Because they're going great shot. Oh, he's got 2. Okay, so.
Okay, if he's got 2, he's all right. He'd probably double the closest one to the right-hand side towards the centre pocket.
Yeah.
And be on the other one.
Yeah. I like it. Shot, Gus.
Actually, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's really well controlled there from Ricky, and a pretty good shot there from Gus as well. Saying, you know what, I haven't been watching you do too much flash, Justin. You waste the shot straight away.
Justin is very good at these frames. Still think Justin's favourite.
It probably is.
There, I would have probably played it either harder or softer and made a gap so I can actually get through to the yellow.
I want it a little higher up the rail if it's me, but
to put more pressure on Justin. Saying if you just do stuff up, I can actually get to the yellow. Now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Gus is buying time.
Geez, Ricky's actually breaking huge in this match.
They're saying got a nice crack on his break, nice bang, and same with Justin as well. Justin's got a good break going.
This is a massive opportunity for Ricky to actually win the match from here.
So, if you're now 8-6 up, you don't really want to push the boat out too far and start going for everything and allowing Rusty back. Still play the frame out like it's 1 frame ball.
Yeah, but I think Ricky's basically just been playing the table every frame.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
No boat pushed out, Mick.
That's it. That's perfect. Pressure's on Rusty now. And he can't get a red down over these yellows too to sort of, muddle things up a bit, like the shot.
Gus is continually pushing Reds down to make it very difficult for Justin to kick them all out in one shot.
And even if he does, look where the black is. So it works in both their favours.
Rusty actually did try and double that red back down the table. He's caught the jaw. This yellow that's just next to the big cluster of reds down here. That's really the tricky ball here. You just want to land neat on it. Might be able to do it here.
Push through, play a bit of top and push through.
Yeah, I think you'll cannon the red just to the left of it.
And the black.
Like that. It's a good shot.
So if you want to learn how to win a frame, watch Justin with this frame. Watch how he keeps himself in the frame. Gus is doing all the right shots to keep himself in the frame, so they're both doing. He's going in. It's Ricky done that.
He's just dropped the yellow in the middle, in the corner, backing himself to take this ball, this last ball in the centre, and then he should be home and hosed. This is the big shot coming up.
Can he get through the bottom yellow?
No, I think he's going to play the ball in the middle. He's going to chop it in.
Double. Play double. Oh no, he can get through.
It's not a bad shot there from Gus. These are much harder to kick out now. Oh, you can get through to it. So Rick's actually going to leave that ball in the middle till last. He won't have to do anything with the white, just straight on the black.
I'm not sure if he can get through to the other yellow, can he?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he can just chop it in.
See, it's nice when you're 7-3 up playing a tactical frame like this. You don't really care. You know, you're happy for it to go an hour because of the scoreboard. But Justin, like, he really needs this.
Oh, you're right, Mickey. It's not on. Jeez, it looks on. Justin's trying to cover up the black.
Absolute lockdown, mate. If I'm Gus now, I'm probably...
I'm almost to a point where I'm going to run this black. No, I'm almost to a point where I'm going to promote this black a little bit now.
I was going to say, maybe push it down near the pocket a little bit. Be careful. Okay. That's fine. I'm saying be careful it doesn't jaw and then flick over and knock a yellow in out.
So you can even feel it's getting a bit tense in the room as well.
Yeah. Heart rate's picking up a little bit, and I'm just sitting there commentating.
And these aren't the only two matches going on in the room as well. There's a ladies' match happening with ACT and it's the Indigenous match. They caught me off guard there.
So again, if obviously JR is going to be playing the tables over the next 3 years, if you do want to practice on tables that we will be playing on at Nationals, I suggest you go and hit him up for a table, and then you have a table at home that basically you'll have no excuses for when you come away to Nationals.
What's JR paying you for the quick plugs there? Mick, that's the second time now.
He's helped me out with a previous table I just bought, so it is absolutely mint, and I've had a few people over now, and yeah, it is a very good table. I've had 3 of his tables. I've moved obviously 3 different houses.
Yeah, I actually use one of his tables as well.
I bought three tables off him now, and they've all been very good. Very good. Yes, obviously if you don't look after them, they don't play well, but you just give them a quick brush and iron maybe once a week or something like that, and they're very good.
Oh, look at this shot from Rusty. That is a great shot. He's played for the bottom right corner, but he'll cop that result. This has actually been a really big out from Rusty. We might see a little fist pump here because this was a big out. This was a big out. Well, he did a little like grimace type thing, like, you know. I don't mean the McDonald's one either, even though there are some resemblances there.
8-7. This is good.
It's been a sick match. And Justin's actually sneaking his way back into this frame as well. He's managed to get some good separation on the reds now.
Always going to do anything silly, just keep pushing everything closer there.
That's a good shot.
Just keep pushing everything closer. Justin might actually push the black over here soon. If this other red goes over there, then I'll probably see Justin push the black over here.
Wow.
Chance for Ricky, maybe play the yellow and the red, not in the red, but...
I can't believe he's dumped the white there. You don't see Rusty dump the white that often in the crucial stages of a match.
Oh, 1 frame away from making a final. Oh, wow.
Wow, that's crazy deep. You know the funny part is though, all these red, not maybe he's got to clear the one that's furthest away, but they'll all kick out then.
He's about to bring the black over.
Yeah, red onto black, bring it across.
And the thing is, he's not fouling. He doesn't mind if he fouls here, but he's not. He basically just wants to get the black deep in the reds. That's it.
That is actually a really good shot. Gus has got to backdoor this black now and get it out of there.
Gus has to not foul here, obviously.
Do you know what else? I know this sounds really crazy, Mick, but potting this red isn't that bad an option.
You foul snooker.
I don't. Oh, yeah, might be right.
You do not want to do that. Oh,
Shot, Gussie.
good shot.
Whatever it takes, Gus.
Ricky Emery has missed.
You slow down a little bit, Ricky, now. He should, I don't know, I suppose the out is very hard. And the pressure is on Rusty still, because he still needs another frame.
He's trying to get behind the black to push it down, and he's had no joy. He's going to have to double the red onto the black again now and try and push it down again.
Not a bad idea. But he doesn't want to leave the red potable, so he might actually just roll up to the red now. Stop Gus from potting it. So there's a quick lesson right there. You don't want to actually get the red out, because your opponent, he knows that Gus will pot that red. So it may look like he's killed his own red, but he's actually saving himself. Because if that red come out, then Gus will pot it, and basically Justin's in big trouble.
So Gus does not want to leave the white ball in the line with the black here.
That's right. And that's, Ten was just saying double the black to the other side, and that's the next thing I was going to say. You want to move the black out of the way, so right where that red is now, that's pretty much where you want the white ball to be, giving Justin 2 shots. So that's why you want to move the black out the way, so when you pot Justin's red and give him 2 shots, that's where he's playing the white from.
I think Justin's only chance here is to play the black.
Over there now.
Has to do it. You get it right. You get it right onto the back of the one on the right-hand cushion.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? This could sound crazy, but Justin could foul now and pot Gus's yellow and leave Gus Chinese snookered.
Yeah, look, that's not the worst option in the world.
He's in so much trouble now. I actually don't mind this. Roll up to the reds, pot Gus's yellow, and leave Gus Chinese snookered on the black with 2 shots.
That's not as crazy as it sounds to me. That's actually a really good option. But once again, people just are worried.
Why?
They're worried to do that because they're leaving the fate in the other player's hands.
But that's great. That is great. I like doing that, because the thing is, if that goes wrong there for Gus is stuffed up. Justin's now won the next frame, feeling a little bit better. Gus, you need to change something in the match.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
That's a good shot there by Gus. I don't know whether these reds come out. And if these reds don't come out, I think that was a good opportunity for Justin to...
I'm actually wondering if they do too. But I've decided Justin doesn't think they are, because that was actually... He was in a pretty good line there to smack that bottom ball and then kick the other one out as well.
If they don't come out, you may want to use one visit to get down there, and then your second visit to sort of separate them a little bit, so you can actually smash them out a bit later.
I think you've got to get rid of that ball that's the furthest away along the right side cushion for starters.
That's right, because then the other 2 might come out.
Rusty has just missed his last yellow. A big chance here for Ricky to take this match. like a huge chance. Like these are all very on.
These are what you want. These are the tap-ins.
Tap-ins.
Oh, Ricky, come on, buddy, you can do it. Your heart's just racing right now.
Experience getting nostalgia.
Yes, Gussie. So,
Ballsy shot that from Gus and it's paid off. Or has it? Let's just see now if these do kick out. I'm actually thinking the big screwback double kiss on this bottom ball and there's a chance to flick the other one out.
Don't know.
I reckon they come out, Mick. I just don't know if the one that's on the rail is going to come out with it.
Deliberately foul. Trying to screw the one against the top left. 2 shots in the
Yeah.
Well, he's going to stay persistent and well, it's gone in. In my eyes, that was crazy. What's the point of pushing him even closer?
Well, then he puts obviously the black over there, but he had his chance. So again, just I don't know. I would have fouled before when he covered the black. I would have fouled.
Yeah, I didn't mind that shot you said.
Like
it was something.
It was something, yeah.
So
Gussie's got small hands.
Ricky Emery, he has landed absolutely fat on this ball to the bottom left.
Looking good. So, do we have our first finalist?
I reckon we do, Mick. I know the curse is real, but this looks. He's just played too strong today, Ricky, to be topping these up.
Are you playing this in the centre?
It depends on how he feels, mate. It depends all how he feels.
Your life on the line. Played on the centre. Played in the centre.
Corner it is.
You see a bit of a fist pump from Ricky here, or a bit of a come on.
He might be pretty calm about it all. He'll give us a little one, but I don't think he'll go off his nut.
Well done, Ricky Emery.
Well, he was pretty pumped. That's a big match, that.
Unlucky, Rusty.
And Rusty did say to me when I put him favourite to win from here, he said he was not happy with that call and he wanted to be 3rd or 4th. Well, Rusty, you were finished 3rd or 4th. But still, once again, Rusty Wheeler, probably the most dangerous player in the Australian 8-ball, has had a pretty good tournament again. He'll be disappointed, but making the semi-finals is no horrible achievement.
Attack it, side to get on the play.
So one more frame for Gus to be the other finalist. I'll tell you what, if Gus does win this match from here, which he obviously has an excellent chance to do, the Emery to Giorgio absolute slam fest, that will just be a pot fest for the eyes.
Who do you, let's just say Gus does get up here. Who do you think's favourite there?
I think from what I've watched, I think Gus is. I think he's actually playing really good. Once he got rid of the initial nerves in this match, where he was a little bit dodgy, I think he's settled really well. Yeah. But look, I think Ricky's queuing better than Gus at the moment, though. So.
Yes, I think maybe the in-game tactics. I think Gus might be slightly ahead, but yeah, I think Ricky is queuing better than Gus. I really think it's very close, $1.90 each. Like,
yeah, it's a tough call.
But you know what? In a way, it'd be good to see 2 different players in a final.
Yeah, look, I agree with that.
And if Justin wins from here, and he can, like, good luck to him.
Oh, well, Justin's this is one of the things he is good at is making good comebacks. But I think if Justin is going to win from here, he obviously can't make more mistakes. But when he's got those outs where you know he should be getting them, that he actually has to get every one of them, because he doesn't look settled at all still in this match. He looks just a bit survival mode.
And you know what? It all comes down to that very first black that he missed when Gus chopped up.
In the middle.
Yeah.
It's a great shot from Gus there. Forces the red away from the pocket. But, having said that, Justin is actually a chance from here. He plays the red in the bottom right, clears the yellow, and all his balls are suddenly on.
Gus, see every shot now. Just this frame.
And here it is, it's been cleared. He's got a sick result as well. And you would think, surely Justin will clear these. If he doesn't clear these, then he actually doesn't. He has no business being still in this match.
Yeah, I see them. I see him clearing these.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's not really. There's not really much danger. Although he has come a little bit lower.
I'm not sure if the top one goes past the other one. I think it does, but
yeah,
it does.
No. It's,
oh, Mick's just tilted his head sideways to the screen to check if it's on. Good thing I haven't thought of that technology yet.
No one's ever thought of that. These new HD screens.
Clearly it works. We need one of those curved screens, Mick.
There's half a pocket there.
Oh!
Gus just needs a nice angle now to get down and fucking.
I just don't think Justin's settled.
No, he's he doesn't look good out there. Well, to us men anyway.
He always looks good out there, doesn't he? What's the deal with this ball in the bottom right here for Gus? How is he going to negotiate it?
Is he going to send a yellow down and try and sit over the pocket?
He might, but the thing is, does he really want to? Does he really want to put the brakes on the frame when he's flowing? He's in control. He's got Justin under all sorts of pressure. Or does he want to try and commit and go game? It's a tough out though. You might be right, Mick. It's probably the right shot. Oh, he's missed that by a long, long way.
Don't.
That's actually a really loose, bad shot there from Gus. In fact, I don't think in his mind he'd fully committed to that. He sort of just said, you know what, I kind of want to play this shot, but I don't really. I want to sort of commit, but he didn't make up his mind in the end.
What just actually happened? What did Gus do?
Honestly, I wasn't looking at the screen when I was talking because Robbo was showing me an excellent video. These new rages of these videos getting sent around in Facebook Messenger, they need to stop, folks. They're very off-putting. Shouldn't have said that. Now everyone's going to send thousands of them to me.
Oh, that's a good shot there.
That's a great result.
Good shot.
Was that on the live stream? Just in case you're only tuning in this live stream, folks, my prediction on Nicole Welsh winning was very false because Christina Cemento's belted her, I believe. 7-2 or 7-2 or 7-3. You know what? I'm going to make this point right now because if I'm an ACT state player, I'm absolutely filthy with my state. There is no ACT support here at all compared to other states when you are playing in a different state.
They're actually all playing the Indigenous.
I'm not talking about the players, mate. I'm talking about the public.
Ah.
All right, if you play in any other state, you have people coming in from the masses and supporting their players. Like this is by far the weakest support I've ever seen. And ACT being such a central area and a real hub for their own players, I'm shocked. I really am. So to you guys out there that thought, oh, I might just watch a live stream, and you're 10 k's away, get in your bloody car and come and support your state.
You shot there by Justin.
Yeah.
You heard it, folks, from Triple Chin Stevo live stream.
And Lendell Element is 6-2 down versus Christy Henville for those who are interested in that score line as well.
What was that race to? 7?
Race to 7, I believe. So a lot of work for Lendell to do.
I backed Christy Henville a few years ago. I put when there was a bookie, I put 150 on her to win, like at 10s or something. And I thought it was great shot there, Bob.
Good black there for Justin.
I thought she'd win one in the next few years. Like she's one of the better killers in the room when it comes to the women. One of the better players. Very good player, Christy. Although she cost me 150 a few years ago, but.
Don't we play at 12?
Yep.
If
Surely.
Justin rattles a frame or two more, I'm actually going to leave, folks. I've got to get myself ready for our next team's match.
Play Queensland in about 45 minutes. Last of the round robin matches.
The finals will be at 3.
I'm just going to go have a quick chatty to Gus for a sec. I'll be back.
So there is the schedule too, folks. One more teams event to go for the men's. I think the women are all wrapped up and their finals places are consolidated. Men's teams 3:30. When are the ladies' teams finals? Or has it already happened? I just don't know. Okay, so this schedule on your screen is actually only for this live stream matches on these two tables that we're on now. So I think the ladies are playing today at the same times as well. Pretty sure Vic girls as well finished in the top 2, so they'll also be playing for the double chance. Oh, have a look at this. This is new. So Justin, 8-4 down to break. Big break again from Justin, and oh, he's got no dice this time. And Matty Kerwood has decided to come and join us for commentary.
G'day, Jamie.
Mick's decided that he's going to take responsibility for getting Gus over the line with his voice. Table for Gus, but not super inviting first visit. I mean, it's good to get to the table first, but there's a couple of real problem areas. One top left-hand side of the table, the 2 balls together, and the bottom right here, there's a couple of balls stuck to one another. Gus is going to look to deal with one of them now. Matty, I haven't actually asked you officially yet. What's your feeling on the 2020?
I don't like it because I feel like people are rushing their shots more.
Yeah, it's been a fairly common response. Although Mick made a pretty decent point before about the 3-year plan. I'm not against it, but I don't know. I would like it changed back.
Yeah.
So, I guess what the public will want, they'll probably get in the end. So Gus a little indecisive on this out. I think he's rushed that. Like he looked indecisive. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do.
It's actually not that bad. He's actually got a ball to knock his other red out now.
Problem with this, I think Justin's going to start locking this frame down now, cover the black. Yeah, this frame's dodgy. There's a lot of traffic And this is a sort of frame where you can't actually overcommit and be over-aggressive. You need to formulate a plan to stay a shot ahead of your opponent. That's what Justin's just put that ball there. He said, you know what, I'm a shot ahead right now. Unless it goes under the yellow. Nice double there from Gus.
It's a great shot by Gus.
Tell you what, if this red does go underneath the yellow, we can go into this, the two that are stuck together at the moment. He would need a bit of a result though. There's no guarantee.
And you don't want to hit it full because the yellow's coming down towards other red.
Yeah, the question really is, if he gets the cannon on this ball, what's he on next? And I
think Gus he should just set this over the hole.
This is tough to put over the hole though. I'd be tempted to clear it like that. I think the ball, I don't think the black's on. I think it's covered. Yeah, he's actually in a bit of trouble now. You are right though, mate. If you could have got that over the pocket, it would have been key. It just looked hard to get over the pocket neat.
Yeah.
The more balls Gus pots here, the more trouble he's going to dig for himself. And that's why he's not pot that ball. It's intelligent play. Gus is actually in survival mode this particular frame because he's really in trouble. But Justin still needs to play the right shots to keep Gus at bay. Can't really afford to allow Gus to play some kind of promotional shot. Hasn't hit that hard enough, although he has blocked the two bottom balls, which was probably his main objective. You may see Gus actually pot this ball over the middle now and then sit the red over the pocket at the bottom right side of the table. I know you don't really want to eliminate balls in this situation, but I think that this one, it is a worthwhile cause.
What about playing the red off the jaw and putting it up towards the black, back up towards the black?
Yeah, it's not a bad option either. But Gus has said, no, I'm going to persist with this middle ball business. Right now, that ball's not doing anything to help him win this frame. So your shot selection would have been. And if he's actually left Justin that angle, that's actually not a good option from Gus at all. Not sure if this yellow's on that Justin's just developed.
Is the yellow on near the black, do you reckon?
I reckon that one goes. Actually flies in. So it's all about this ball that he just moved. I don't think he's quite developed it. Well, maybe it is on actually. I'm pretty sure Justin's played for it there. Actually, there is a decent gap between the two, so it probably does go. At worst, you can put it over the pocket. He's gone for that. Okay, so it didn't go and he's taken the pocket. But look at this. Right up the top right-hand corner. If you can get this over the pocket. He's looking at the yellow, at the red inside the yellow, but this ball is not important anymore. It's all about the pocket where the black is here, getting control of the end game. That's a pretty good shot. Jeez, it's come out a bit, hasn't it?
That rolls out.
That has come out a long way. Oh, it happens on all-star tables, all right. It happens on any table, it's just not perfectly level. Oh, geez, that was a nervous little shot as well. That might have even moved on him a bit as well.
Now he's trying to snook it. And he's forced to take the ball over the hole.
You're right, this could get dodgy. It's already dodgy, but it could get even dodgier. I don't think he'll take the ball over the hole. It's a massive comfort ball for him right now. I think he'll just look for a safety where he can't allow Gus to get position behind the red. If he was 8-4 up, he'd take the ball over the hole. This is what's so good about scoreboard pressure, although I'm shocked about that because he's actually at least given Gus access to this red near the top right pocket where he can sit it neater.
Do you just run this yellow ball down and sit it over the left corner pocket?
The red one?
Yep.
I don't think there's any advantage in that. You're taking away from play. It doesn't really block anything. I think you've got to sit this red neater.
Yep.
Oh, he's potted, has he? No, he's played
That's
it well.
Great shot.
Now, Justin, I'm certain he's anticipated this because he's straight away looking behind this shot here where he's going to play the yellow down and kick the black out at the same time. But it needs to actually be hit a little more accurate than what you might think because that yellow's not perfectly over the pocket. If you hit the yellow sort of half ball, they're going to jaw. Wow, that really surprises me, that shot. I understand that he's got control, but he's really said to Gus, well, you know what, I'm going to give you a free go at trying to get behind this red. Oh, what's he done there? Tell you what, that could have been 1,000 times worse. Decision time for Gus. You kind of don't want to leave the red over the middle. I think the black will flick off it and it'll give Justin a really easy out if he doesn't like the double. Gus may have to try and commit here. He might just cover his pocket, is he? It's okay, but we've seen a lot of people playing these doubles today, or even over the tournament, and there's been a high success rate. That black's a little bit further down the rail, maybe. I don't mind it too much, but...
Do you commit here if you're Justin?
I think you have to. Well, you don't have to, but... I think if you want to win this match, these are the sort of outs that you need to believe you can get. I mean, all the yellows are potable. It's all about getting one good positional shot on the double. Justin says, shut up, solid. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, so scenario now, Matty, is he hasn't committed, so Gus says, all right, I'm going to kick this ball out. If he gets into a potable position, Gus has a very good linking ball to the black, so Justin would be in a worse position. And then he's going to probably be forced to commit. So why not commit the shot before? So Gus has played that really well. He's got a centre table. It's very accessible now.
It's a good shot by Gus there.
So now Justin's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe I need to commit now. And I think the Justin that's flowing and he's feeling good would have committed there. It's just he's 8-4 down. I don't think he feels amazing, and so he's just trying to make Gus make a mistake. And I don't know, that's exactly where Justin wanted the white. I think he wanted it a little further down. I think he wanted to actually get an angle on the yellow to kick the black out. That's his mindset at the moment. He needs to make everything on, like, potable. The ultimate shot for Gus, the shot before would have been is if he played the ball towards the middle pocket and cut the double off.
That's not a very good shot by Justin there. Would have liked to come down a little bit more around centre table.
Yeah, we know now for sure. This is going to be a stun off the side rail and try and land straight on the yellow for the double on the black, but this is the key shot now. Plays these well though, Justin.
And that is
played
perfect.
Really well. So he's clawing his way back into this match just if he gets this double. That'll be 2 on the trot. And then it's funny how the nerves and the pressure can turn the opposite way as your opponent gets a couple of frames when you're on the hill. May have to stun this a touch with a bit of pace. It looks pretty straight. No, he's playing to a top. And it's in. So I'm going to give Gus one more chance, folks. And if he doesn't actually pinch this frame in the match, I'm going to have to leave and get myself ready. Now, Gus should be by no means panicking. He still has a 3-frame lead, and he only needs one more frame. He just needs to make sure that when he makes the commitment that he's 100%. He's got a lot of breaks left. He's very capable of breaking well and getting a good spread and running the rack. Nothing wrong with his skill level. Just needs to mentally keep himself composed and shut this match down.
And that is a huge break.
Have a look at these yellows, Matty. Just
one good shot.
Yeah, his first ball's a tough ball.
And he could take himself into the Australian final. He has nominated yellows.
One good pot from the best single ball potter in Victoria. And that is in.
That is a great shot.
And now Gus's fate is in no one's hands but his own.
And if you want to be in the Australian final, you really should get these balls, shouldn't you, Jamie?
You should. These balls are much harder to get at 8-5 up than what they are at 0-0. Or even mid-match. It's always hard to get that last frame. He's played that well. So this ball in the centre of the table is probably going to be his last ball. Actually, when I said he's played that well, I think he much would have rather been on the top ball of the 2 yellows here first. This actually can go wrong.
Unless it goes in that left corner.
Yeah, if it goes in the left corner, it's good. Because he can actually play this off too. It looks like he's going right side of table.
And that is a great shot.
Is he straight?
If he's straight on this, it should be game over.
If he's straight, he can clear the black and screw off a side rail in the middle. He's looking good.
He doesn't want to be on the rail here.
Come on, Gus, come on.
He's got the wrong angle here.
I think you've just got to take your medicine here, Matty. Just drop this in.
Yep.
Actually, you might be able to go up and down here. I think you can clear the red top rail.
I don't think you should.
You should just drop it in?
Yeah.
It's a good call, Matty, and one good pot, and Gus Giorgio will be in the Australian National Singles Final. And he's done it. And that's a big win from Gus Giorgio. He's feeling good. Look at the smile on his face. The high fives go out. We're going to leave you in commentary. We're going to give him a high five as well. We'll see you back here at 12.
Bye.